What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Ethereum Classic to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at the current CoinMarketCap. I have one article that I want to discuss with you. I want to show you Binance's website, and I want to show you a Google Trends pattern, which I feel like is of quite interest. Otherwise, we will be discussing the semi-small rise within the other cryptocurrencies. Litecoin is starting to head up a little bit more. Bitcoin starting to retrace a little bit more. A bunch of very interesting things to discuss. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody subscribing to the channel. Like I said, I will be doing a giveaway at 12,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's episode. So guys, before I jump into the cryptocurrency CoinMarketCap, which you can see right here, I have 3 tabs I'd like to show you guys. And I'll try to go a little fast because I know I want to go really in depth into the charting. But this talks about Binance including XRP, Litecoin, USDC in third phase crypto lending. So I was not made aware that Binance had a lending platform, which is quite interesting. It says the basic concept of the scheme is simple. Deposit your tokens for a fixed term of 14 days and you received a fixed interest rate paid in tokens on maturity. Phase 2 of the product also includes a 28-day term option, but this time participants are limited to 14 days. There's an overall subscription cap on the amount of tokens which is accepted in a phase, and also a limit as to how much an individual can lend. The time around interest is set to annualized rate of 7%. So I'm not too sure as to why Binance is doing a lending platform. Maybe they ran out of liquidity and they need more cryptocurrencies to, run their current markets. That's a possibility. Otherwise, I really don't see what reason they have into giving interest on cryptocurrencies invested into their platform, unless it's liquidity. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. At the 7% interest rate, a 100 XRP lot would receive 0.268 in an interest, ends up at 14 days. Litecoin has a total subscription of 6,000, an individual cash 300 tokens, yada yada yada. So I don't know. I'm very confused as to why they're offering this thing. Maybe this answers it. I'm concerned about fixed interest rates too, comparisons, yada yada. Yeah, there. With similar scam platform BitConnect, right? That's why I'm like weird that Binance is offering this. Many have been vocal in condemning the scheme. In many ways, it does seem designed to encourage people to hodl Binance coins. So there's their ulterior motive. Business is a push and pull type of business. There's nobody who's doing really something for free, especially if it's giving you something. They want something in return, and we're trying to figure out what that is for Binance. There's also the issue of depositing tokens with a centralized exchange, which has already been victim to the hack this year. Customers did not suffer any loss from the hack, but handing control of keys to an exchange is never a recommended move. I don't know. Very odd. That's the article. It was kind of interesting, so I decided then to jump into Binance Lending and kind of look up what exactly they're referring to, because it doesn't make sense. But here's Binance Lending. This is on Binance.com/lending. Featured offers: BNB 14 days, USDT 14 days, 10% annualized. You have a cap as to how much you can put in. So that's pretty much what they're doing. They're trying to promote their cryptocurrency. That's what it seems like. They want you to buy more Binance, to put Binance into here, and I believe that'll probably artificially inflate the price too. With Binance Lending, you can choose from a wide suite of crypto lending options available in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, which is weird because they only showed 2. Just hold your funds in your subscribed Binance Lending product and grow your holdings by accruing interest. On the redemption date, you will be able to redeem the principal amount you chose plus the interest. Very interesting. You can hold and earn, convenient to use. I don't know. Seems odd. Moving on from that, though, hopefully that answered your questions. If you guys have any experience with that, definitely check it out. Let me know your opinions on it. The last thing I wanted to do with you guys was discuss something called Google Trends. My professor actually shared this with me, and I thought it would have been a great tool to use so that you guys can visualize what exactly this is. So Google Trends is a website which basically, as you know, every time you type something into the computer, and hopefully you guys are made aware of this by now, everything you search in your computer is recorded. No matter what it is. You search anything on Google: how do I eat food, Litecoin, doggy, microphone. Those are all recorded in data that goes to Google. Google has a website now that's open to the public where you can see the Google Trends as to how many search terms. I don't know what it is, over 1,000 or whatever it is, but it shows you the percentage of how many people are actually searching this. So I thought it was quite interesting to compare Litecoin to Bitcoin, really just see how popular people search this. And I did pull it up. You can see how we did get a lot of popularity in terms of searching during 2017. When Bitcoin hit $20,000, we got extremely popular. Hawaii was one of the bigger ones that searched it. Wyoming, Vermont, Nebraska, District of Columbia. Very interesting. You can see that. People also search Ethereum, Bitcoin ATM, GDAX, Binance, Litecoin 2018. You can see the related searches that people are looking up, their interests in the market levels. And now what I wanted to show you, which got very interesting, was recent times like now. So this is over the past 5 years. You can see this was 2020. It looks very similar to the price of the coin. So the more people are interested, the more the price is reflected. Something to think about. So I want to go to the past. Let's do 12 months. This is the past year. So here we are. It is September. September is right about now. And you can see what's interesting. So clearly Bitcoin has more of a search term than Litecoin does. Clearly. Very, very, very obvious. Bitcoin has much more of a search term, which it seems like, over Litecoin. And it looks like just recently, in June, end of June, it was very popular to search, 100 to 5 compared to Litecoin, which is very odd. You can see we're currently dying back down, but we did have, and I can see in my views on my, on my channel, that during this month too, we had a lot more people watching than we did now. Very interesting. Something that I wanted to point out to you guys. It's a very cool term. For example, you could search. Let's see. To see how it works is lawnmower. Let's do snowblower. So you can see how this actually compares. Let's do the past. Let's do 30 days. Does that work? No. Let's do the past 5 years, maybe. So you can see now the past 5 years what exactly is happening. Snowblowers in red, lawnmowers in blue. During the winter cold times, snowblower prices, our snowblower searches go up, and then in the hotter times, the lawnmower prices go up, and you can see that correlation. I think it's awesome, very cool. I'm glad he shared this with me. Hopefully it brings you guys luck too. Otherwise, moving on to the current coin market cap. Sorry for cutting this so short. Current coin market cap is currently 266, 24-hour volume is 55 bill. Bitcoin down at 69.8%. Top 10 cryptos look okay. More so consolidation. Litecoin is up 1%. Pretty much neck and neck with Bitcoin Cash, off by about $1 billion. You can see Bitcoin and Ethereum are trending lower, unfortunately, but majority of the cryptos are pretty much stagnant and trading sideways right now, in some sort of consolidation correlation period. It's okay though, nothing to be too worried about. I don't think it's that bad, honestly. Majority of the coins are just flatline trading sideways. Let's jump into the markets now. This episode might be a little bit longer than anticipated, so please bear with. You can see that Bitcoin, so obviously my laptop restarted and it changed all my trading view charts, so bear with me once again. But in regards to what exactly is going on with the charts, I kind of drew out something a little bit more convenient to myself. I guess this is an uptrend. Like, I remember we had a bigger uptrend. I just can't remember where it was. Maybe this was it. I think it was. But you can see what I've found without using those previous charts, and it's nice to restart every once in a while. There's some sort of major, massive symmetrical triangle forming. Sorry, you can see we have this major uptrend where within our ascending triangle in this case, which is odd because I feel like my last chart it wasn't. So I'm gonna have to do a little more research. But you can see with this being like this, we're in the uptrend in some way. Maybe it was a little higher up, but you can also notice that we are within a downtrend. We have numerous points of contact indicating that we are being suppressed right now. The price is being suppressed. We also found a nice support right here with 1 confirmation, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 confirmations right through the middle. So it all is in a climax sort of period. It's all leading to this one point right here before potentially taking off. So we're just looking for that consolidation right now into this point right here, and then ultimately seeing that break. We're all anticipating that break to the upside. So very interesting. Symmetrical triangles usually break bullish. We're waiting for this to break. It ends at around end of September, so we have about 2 weeks left. We'll see what happens with the price until then. Very interesting. Wanted to share that with you. Litecoin 2 finally breaking out of its resistance. Major, descending wedge for those of you who are new to the channel. Major descending wedge. Finally deciding to trade upwards. Finally broke bullish out of that, being suppressed by our $73, $72 support. Very obvious how this was a support, now acting as a resistance, but you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 days of consolidation on this line. We're finally seeing it being retested as a resistance. Kind of unfortunate. Trading at 44 on the RSI. Plenty of room to move up higher. And we're trying to break up to this level. This is where we're headed. We're headed for the high-low MMA. So is the other altcoins. Trading somewhat better than the other cryptos like Bitcoin. Sorry, specifically Bitcoin. I am anticipating potentially more consolidation before we break to around 85. I really do think we're going to get that volume injection. It's very possible for Bitcoin to start heading up too, but it is being suppressed though. So it's very interesting to see. Bitcoin is being held down. It's kind of affecting the altcoins too. I kind of have to wait out. I just think consolidation is what's really needed for the next week or two within Bitcoin before we see any sort of significant pulls to the upside. Now, Ethereum seems like it's below its uptrend right here. It broke bearish below its uptrend, at least how I have it charted. And you'll notice, we could probably adjust this line like this. It's very tough. It depends on how you want to do it. I guess this works. I don't think this is that big of an issue. Something like that. But basically, we broke bearish from it. We collapsed. We broke out of our, symmetrical uptrend and fell and broke downwards, finding support at around 167. Currently hitting a resistance, which you can see is capped right here at around 182. And we're currently trying to trade up. I do think we will break this. I do think we will indeed break through that. Trading at 44 right now on the RSI. I think we'll break right through, but I think we're going to start to use this support as a resistance, try to break through that, eventually climb up to 200, eventually all the way up to 230 in some sort of direction like this. If I could guess the price, maybe something like that as we head up to 230 right here, basically cutting into those high-low MMAs. We're below, we're undervalued, we need to head back up. It's only a matter of time before we do. Lastly, to wrap up today's episode, Ethereum Classic. I don't know what you guys see on here that I don't see. Maybe I just corrected it right now. I see an ascending wedge, maybe even an ascending or symmetrical triangle. You guys see a descending triangle. I kind of see that now. Maybe it's here that you're seeing this right here. This resistance. It's there. I agree with you. You can pull this all the way down right now, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tests of resistance right here. But on the downside or the upside, you have to also take into account that there is an uptrend with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of confirmation. If you disagree, even more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of confirmation. If you disagree that this is here, then I can't really help you. This is clear as day to me, and I do think we are going to be, sandwiched in between here. I think we're going to continue to hit resistance off of here, and then pull into here, and then we could potentially see that pop. We really just need a break and get above this high-low middle moving average. But with that being said, Ethereum Classic looks like bearish. Ethereum hitting resistance. Bitcoin looks bearish. Litecoin's kind of on its own right now. I think majority of the market tomorrow is going to be pretty negative, and I hope that Litecoin isn't affected, but there's a chance Litecoin's going to be suppressed as well. So I'm kind of leaning more towards bearish. I'd give it about a 70-30 bearish trend for tomorrow, a little bit better than we've had. Otherwise, guys, I know today's episode was long. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.